What's going on, guys? MDOP from the Battle Axe, the Strongman Gym in Miami, where strength is everything. Bringing strength to the modern day Viking every day that I can, or I don't forget to make a video. I'm too busy watching porn or something. Um, Here's a situation that I'm coming across constantly. I already made a video about it. I really did. And it either means that A, not enough people are watching it, probably not a lot, uh, or no one's really focusing on what the fucking point of the situation is, or what was the point of the comment. And this was how to adapt strength into a training program. So I'm going to use myself as an example of how I think strength should be adapted for this particular program. And here's why I'm bringing this up. And I'm going to be very honest with you because I pull no punches. I'm having a lot of my CrossFitters, it's just CrossFit for some reason, that they're going back to their particular boxes and getting kind of shit from their coaches about, lifting too much, or, they're starting to suck at jumping ropes or doing burpees, and people are like, oh, it's because you're strength training. It's because you're lifting too heavy, and blah, 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 blah. Look, if you think lifting for strength or lifting heavy is making you a slower athlete, then either A, you're just being an asshole because you just want to say something, or B, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? There is no reason why lifting heavy in any way should compromise you in your sport unless you're doing it wrong. So, how does this work? And what do I mean by this? So, hold on, let me get some tea. Drink it out of a mason jar. I feel like Sai from Duck Dynasty, I wish. So, I'm going to do Muay Thai after this particular strongman event, one of the ones that I'm doing November 16th after this competition. I'm going to take a few weeks off, sort of, get mobility back, and get back on the doing Muay Thai and rugby next year, starting in January. I'm going for my instructorship. Does that mean that I'm going to stop lifting stones? Does that mean that I'm going to stop lifting strength and bars and shit like that? No. No fucking way. Because strength is something that I've put a lot of time into, and there's no reason why I have to be really shitty at Muay Thai and really good at strength. Will I tone down the lifting? Will I not be lifting 340-pound rocks 2-3 times a month? Maybe. I always have to definitely see how my body feels. So I'd probably cut down my main movements that I'm doing now. Instead of doing 2 heavy lifts 4 days a week, including accessory work, I might do 1 heavy movement 3 times a week, keeping my numbers very controlled, very good at writing down, keeping myself accountable, and how to grow from there. Because it's all about growth, or at least maintenance, while I'm becoming faster at the ring and getting my mobility back, maybe even cutting some fat and weight, etc. Here's my problem, and here's why I'm going to be very fucking honest, because I hate beating around the bush. If you're a CrossFitter and you're lifting heavy, there's no reason why you should suck dick at CrossFit. That's your fault. That's either your fault as a CrossFitter or your fault and your coach's fault. And I'll tell you why. If you're lifting strength just twice a week or 3 times a week, you have to learn how to adapt that into your sport. If you're a CrossFitter, you should be doing CrossFit. Yes, you should. You should be doing fucking rope climbs and all your ollie lifting and all that bullshit. But here's my gripe, and I fucking can't stand it. If you're doing fucking ollie lifting 3 times a week, and gymnastic 4 times a week, and rope climbing 3 times a week, and running 4 times a week, no one says shit to you. Everyone pats you on the back, and you're like, oh, that's great, you're going to be good for CrossFit. Are you kidding me? CrossFit is so heavy right now that when you get to the elite level, you fucking need strength. Whether you're waking up and scratching your ass and decide to squat 500 pounds like Rich Froning, or you set up a program where you gotta lift. You lift heavy as often as you fucking can and write it into your program. So after you lift strength and you do the heavy shit, you should probably work on some double unders. You should probably want to run a WOD or fucking get on the rower or do some toes to bars or something. You should still continue to be sport specific. I'm going to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, hit the bags for an hour, get my mobility back, get my kicking, my punching, my kicking. I already said kicking. That's how I like to kick a lot. And then take an hour or 2, get my breakfast, get my food, and hit the weight room. Am I going to be able to hit the numbers that I'm hitting now? Probably not. But am I going to be close? Maybe do more rep schemes, keep my strength up? Absolutely. Maybe even keep my numbers up at a lighter body weight. So my biggest problem is not that the athlete is getting slower. There's no fucking reason why you should be getting slower. It's either you're under resting, because I don't believe in overtraining. I believe in under resting. You're not taking care of your rest, and you're not adapting this into strength training. You're not putting your sport into the particular strength training. When football players lift heavy, rugby players lift heavy, basketball, baseball, all this shit, no one says shit because they're adapted into the sport. Motherfuckers lift 2-3 times a week and then go hit the baseball at night. Go do sports specific. They go for a run. They do mobility work. They work their arms. They work their core, whatever. So please, if you're a fucking coach or you're somebody that calls yourself an instructor and you're worried about your athlete becoming slower because they're lifting heavy, please read a book. Please don't say those things. There's no reason why. You should probably talk to them, see how they're working out. Maybe they're doing too much. Maybe they're doing too little. This is just something that it's constantly coming up and it's actually grinding my gears. So by adapting into a situation, I can give you a simple program. Here's just an example. You push Tuesday, you squat and pull on Thursday. Whether you're doing 1 week of rep, 1 week of max effort, and every 3 or 4 weeks you do some speed reps. You do accessory work, you end with a WOD because it's your sport, or a medley, or something strongman orientated, and you're done. Maybe an hour, hour and a half tops. What should you do? If you work out in the morning, you should probably do some skill set in the afternoon. If you work out at night, you should wake up in the morning and do some endurance, light metcon, something to leave your body fresh for at night. And if you only want to do once a day, then do once a day. But don't go and kill yourself on pushing before a push day or a leg day before a leg day. Simple. If you're working out for an hour and a half twice a week, that leaves you at least 4 days with 2 days in each one to pick a fucking rep scheme. And if you're not working your sport in 4 days, you're fucking failing. So just keep that shit in mind. Write it in your diary. Tattoo it on your back with a unicorn. I don't fucking care. Take notes. I'm done.